same happened, the same feelings that I have when I finished race around Austria in 5 days, 10 hours. So race around Austria again. It was a small team. In this team, we had two Austrians. Again, very grateful to each one of them. And you know, um, it's all spirit of teamwork that I still respect. And without the spirit of the teamwork, it is impossible. Because everybody in the team had one common goal, that we need to make it to the finish line successfully and safely. So this is what is special about the spirit of teamwork. It does work. So we all need to, whether it is a solo player, whether it is in any field, for you to be successful, there are so many fathers. In terms of success, has so many fathers. So do acknowledge that thing, and be thankful and grateful to all of them who work towards that goal. So in life, um, you know we uh, we get opportunities to explore and all that. So for me, my passion helped me explore through all these events that I have flashed on the slide. So I could have, I mean, it's even doing 100-kilometer ride is an achievement for many of us. So don't undermine them, and it's all bit by bit. Nothing happens in one single shot. It's all growing, like a seed becomes a tree. It's all small bits. You keep joining bit by bit. So even race across America, or any race, you break down the big race into small bits. The 5,000 kilometers, you break it down into small bits, 100 kilometers or 100 miles or so. So whenever you achieve those 100 miles or 100 kilometers, you feel very accomplished. Those small objectives that you have set, when you achieve them, you become so motivated. So it is that motivation grows exponentially, which will surprise you at the end. So the fundamental principle that I followed was bit by bit. So bit by bit, everything is possible. Whatever big thing that you want to achieve, start it in small bits. Break down the small problem into small bits. And when you keep achieving those small bits, your motivation will grow exponentially. And at the end, it will surprise you. Oh man, could I do this? So that was the thing that happened when I looked at the finish line of Race Across America. I was surprised, and that a guy like me can do Race Across America, and be the first Indian to do it. And so I was I was really very surprised by this method of which my crew told me to do, that believe in bit by bit. And we did race gracefully, and we showed that grace, and we showed composure towards making the best of the moment, not trying to rush to the finish line, but enjoying the moment, relishing the process. And so that is the fundamental principle, that is bit by bit. That's one of the take-home message that I would insist upon. Yeah. So yeah, in life, we plan so many things. We know that everything should go in an ideal manner. Yeah, I mean, it is very important. Planning is very important. But most of the times, life does not go the way we plan. You get hit by many things. So there are many unplanned things that come in your way. And so life keeps challenging you, whatever plans that you might have. But life has its own plan, or time has its own plan. So I had my own share of uncertainties haunting me. In terms of, in Race Across America, I had a crash into a pothole. I had many issues even before the race. We were caught up in one of the officers' mess, and we were not allowed to move out. Some things like that. There were so many situations that we had to that we did not plan, and it just was coming up. So it made things, it was making life very difficult. Even in race around Austria that I want to share, 5 days before the race on my training ride, I crashed on a descent. You can see the picture here where my bike is broken into two frame. I mean, my bike frame is broken into two pieces. So luckily, I I survived. I had rib fractures, four rib fracture, two on the right, left, and two on the right, and my this bone was fractured. You can see the fracture line here. So my finger bone, one of my finger bone was fractured, but my collarbone, the moment I got hit, I was not hit, I toppled on a very high speed downhill, 80 kilometers per hour. So when I toppled, first thing that I checked, first thing that I saw was my broken bike. Very sad. Then I checked my clavicle and my long bones, they were all fine. Then I knew that my rib cage was paining and it was making that crackling noise. I knew that it was broken. So I told my crew was not there with me 5 days before the race. August 14th was the race, and August 9th, this thing happened. And then I told my crew that, man, I met with an accident. Then I said, are you okay? Are you able to race? I said, yes, I'm able to race, but my bike is broken. So they said, okay, do you have a spare bike? I said, no, I don't have. Can you get one from India? Where I had a spare bike at home. So one of my crew members said he's going to get, but unfortunately, when he was getting that bike, um, in the air travel, this bike, that is Neil Pride bike, my Neil Pride bike broke into piece during the air travel. Not much attention was given for the safety of the bike, and I did not have a bike to race. And when my crew members landed, they said even that bike is gone. So I had to purchase a bike. Firstly, I went for lookout for a bike. I asked few people out there. Nobody was ready to spare a bike. Then I thought, okay, let me rent a bike from a rental bike store. That also was not happening. And then I said, okay, let me buy a bike, at least a frame, or let me see what best can I do. So for around 1,200 US or euros, I could find a bike, and I could ride on a specialized bike in race around Austria. It was a large sized bike. I rode a 54 centimeter bike, wherein I am at 51, 52. So I had to make out with what I had, and well, the bike did well, and I'm thankful. I mean, I'm thankful to that bike, but yes, I lost these two bikes and fractures. And but the thing that I want to arrive or tell you is, so life keeps, whatever you plan, time has its own way to change your plans, or but the most important thing was the learning that we went through. Was all these times uh, when we were hit with challenges, I did accept them, and was telling myself, and my crew was also telling me, hang in there, you will make it. You won't believe. So this was the mantra that was ringing all through the race, in race around Austria. You won't believe, one of the cheer one of uh, one localite guy somewhere in the last day, not the last day, fourth day of the race. We don't know him, in a place called Innsbruck, or yeah, somewhere in Innsbruck. So he was cheering. We don't know him, he was cheering me. He was telling in English, he was calling out, hang in there, you will make it. So this was the thing that we were going through. And when he cheered for us, so in races like this, every cheer, every applause makes a big difference, because you're so exhausted. You're looking out for motivation. You're looking out for every cheer, everything to work for you. You're asking the energies from the nature to work for you. It's, I know it's very philosophical and all that, but I ride my race very emotionally, and I try to connect with mountains, with rivers, with people, and I like that feeling. Because I'm a very emotionally connected person in terms of, I just can't ride like a, I want competition, I want emotions to flow through, I want my crew to keep cheering me. I keep talking to myself, um, to to mountains, to trees, and I mean something of that sort. I can feel the vibrations. So when you have a guy who is unknown and is cheering for you, hang in there, man, you will make it. So it just emphasizes, I mean, whatever you are believing, you keep you keep building on it. And so race around Austria and race across America was great in understanding the most important learning, that hang in there, man, you will make it. So I feel everywhere in life, it is just that you will have testing times and times that will break you down, circumstances that will break you down. So the thing that tests you is how well you can hang in, how long you can hang in that situation. So it is a test at that particular point, and if you hang in there, you will definitely come out. Uh, you know, you'll definitely make it. That's what I learned. So if you see the learnings, if I had to summarize in this whole journey, not just race across America or race around Austria, but or Lake Kanyakumari, or all through the time that I found my passion in ultra cycling, it few things I can. These are very simple things. I mean, anybody can talk on this, or but I'm putting my own story and trying to emphasize the fact that if you develop a passion and try to excel in that passion, it does transform you, teaches so many things. For me, if you see these, it is the power of self-belief, the power of strong desire, ability to transform problems into accept challenges, and to focus on essentials. It's always bit by bit, no rush. Take it in small bits. Don't have to you don't force to reach the finish line. You go through the process. To For me to finish RAM, I had to go through the process of failing and getting up and learning, being humble, connecting with people. So the strength of humility is very important. That is an important lesson that I've learned. So as I told you, whatever you are, it is without a team, whether you are so in any field, not only sports field, any field, for you to be successful, it's always teamwork. Believe in the spirit of teamwork. And as you know, everything does not go the way you planned. There will always be something waiting for you. And be prepared. And when you're hit with challenges, I mean, hit with problems, accept them as challenges, but hang in there and you will definitely make it. So make use of your failure. Don't have to bog down. It's okay to fail. It's okay to, but the most important thing is, don't break down. Don't let yourself, um, don't count yourselves out. I mean, count yourselves in with failure. That is what I mean. Make use of failure, treasure your failure, because it has so much to to offer you. So you need to look at the right perspective when it comes to failure. And so whatever strategies that you make, you should allow time for that strategy to work for you. Don't have to rush. So just keep doing the good work in that moment, and things will happen to you. So these were some of the learnings. And so what I would say is, exploring yourself can happen through your passion, and the journey to explore yourself through your passion is worth. So it does transform not only you, but also millions of people around you. It can transform a community, it can transform a country. So that is the power of excelling in one's passion. So if one is following a passion, don't think that he's doing it just for his own sake. A support from the community, a support from people around can transform a big nation. So That's how I view it, that everybody should, otherwise life is very monotonous, eating, earning, sleeping, drinking. So I mean, life goes off like that. You when you elevate to a different dimension through your passion, I mean, what I'm telling you is you get a different perspective to your life. You get so much of meaning to your life, and it can impact others. You can really make an impact in others' lives through your passion. So the journey is worth taking. So I just want to tell you that I told you that I since almost more than a year I'm in South Sudan, and I'm trying to I'm a peacekeeper. I'm a doctor here, and I have there's not much doctory also that I do here, because I'm an aviation medicine specialist. I need to supervise and monitor aeromedical evacuation that happens, which is very less. So for me, not doing racing and not able to tap into my potential that I have, is something that I miss, So what how did I deal with this situation in the past 1.5 year is asking myself, asking questions like, I what am I doing here? How best can I make an impact? Uh, so I am very thankful to South Sudan in terms of making this possible, wherein you know I came up with an idea, with a thought that, okay, I will teach meditation and yoga, which I know a bit, to the youth. There are a lot of displaced people here who are affected by war. If you see South Sudan as a country, they are almost 100 years behind us. They lead a very primitive lifestyle, and still fighting for tribal, still fighting on tribal, still fighting a tribal warfare. And people are very primitive. So people move from one village to another village. When there is a violence, they get settled in camps. And so we have one such internally displaced people camps. Around more than 40,000 people are here. And I mean, it's some, I mean, I don't say I call it a slum, but I would say it's something similar to Dharavi, but life is like, it is life. There is life with 40,000 people living. So I mean, with us, so I feel bad for their situation. I I mean, I feel for these people. So what I did was, okay, I thought, let me do something. I can't keep quiet with people here, but my job does not force me to do it. I can just relax, and if there is any evacuation of only the peacekeepers, I have to break my head. But I can't keep. But I felt I can't justify my presence with 40,000 people who are struggling to make a life. So I told myself that I will teach meditation and yoga to the youth. So initially, it was tough to find a place for them, because you have girls. I mean, still the taboo of girls cannot do yoga with the boys and all that. So I was conducting sessions on every weekend for 1 hour for boys, 1 hour for girls, teaching the concept of meditation and yoga. I mean, telling them that if they keep their mind calm, they can find peace. They can live in the moment. They can that is how peace happens. So the country is looking out for peace. So it's a country with it's a youngest country, and there are so many youth who are agitated with what's happening in the nation. So to find peace is such a precious thing. Probably in India we would not worry so much about it, but coming here, peace is really very precious. It's more precious than anything else. So the most important thing for peace is keeping our mind calm. So that is the subunit, for peace everywhere. So I did stress on this fact that we need to train ourselves. I told them that we need to train ourselves to keep our minds peaceful. That can be possible only through meditation. And yoga does help bring in flexibility, not only to the mind and also to the thinking. So that is how I approached. I did try to start off somewhere in July last year. And I could see that the youth were so excited they were coming in I did not expect to they joining in number hundreds, you know. So it was tough to accommodate them in the beginning, but I made all efforts to accommodate them. And then I came up with a thought that I need to teach cycling. I mean, I came up with an idea that I want to teach cycling for the girls out here, because, you know, girls, as I told you, it's a very primitive mindset, 100 years beyond. So many taboos attached with girls. Girls can't drive, girls can't ride bicycles and all that kind. You know, so I reached out to these girls in the displaced camps. I told them that, I reached out to the leaders and all that. I did I want to teach cycling to them. Initially, I did not have so many bicycles, you know. I borrowed from security guards and all that. I borrowed some 3 bicycles, and I had 50 girls, want to learn to ride a bicycle. And I felt, how can I teach 50 girls? How am I going to do justice to these 50 girls who want to learn? So, excuse me. Mm. What happened was, I told myself, okay, man, let me do something. So I did run for 12 hours. I did a fundraising run, wherein on my birthday on 8th of November, I ran for 12 hours from 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. I clocked around 96 kilometers, and I could raise funds for about 14 bicycles. So that's how I raised funds for them. And I felt very, again, accomplished. And again, there was a team that I could build and work. And I was very happy that I could get these bicycles. And as on date, there are around 100 girls who have learned how to ride a bicycle. I also was teaching. I was also teaching organic chemistry to 12th grade students here during weekends. So it was all good till the corona pandemic happened. Now I'm not able to connect with them because of restrictions from my end, from my organization, because I can't go to such a crowded place because of the pandemic. And there is a pandemic going on even here. So things have come to a pause, indefinite pause here. The bicycles are there, but activities and the youth center. So we did make up the youth center. Yeah. So a new youth center was created, and many things were created. But yes, now it is, because of the pandemic, it is not happening. So the most important thing that I learned, that I'm very thankful to South Sudan and to these people, is it did explain me the purpose of life. So I never, it was very crystal clear in South Sudan, the purpose of my life. I understood that the sole purpose of my life is to make a positive impact in others' life. I I it became very clear that if I want to find happiness, I have to make an impact, positive impact in others' life. And that is the sole purpose of life. Each and every day we see people cursing lives, people taking lives, people committing suicides and all that. So that is just because that they don't respect or value the purpose of life. That is, every day, if we make an effort to make an impact in others' lives, it can be as small as, giving a hand to somebody who's lifting a weight or something. It can be as small as that. But whenever you get an opportunity, if you make an impact in others' life, that is all that is the required, and that is all, that is the sole purpose of life. That's what I feel. So I'm very thankful to South Sudan to make this thing very clear. That's the reason I'm speaking to you with conviction, to tell you that the purpose of all our lives is to make an impact in others' lives. You see, why am I a doctor? To make an impact in others' life. Why are people engineers? Why are inventions, medicines, this, that happening? To make an impact in others' life, make others' life much more meaningful. So I'm very thankful that way, that this thing is very crystal clear, and I value my life. I value every single moment that I have. So if I get an opportunity, I keep telling myself, man, if I get an opportunity, I should make some difference, positive difference in others' lives. So that's how things are going. And I'm very happy, till date, in terms of whatever best I can do. So even this opportunity is, I mean, if this story, I mean, if I put my story towards you, and if this makes an impact, I mean, I know I can't expect that, but if it does bring in a change, a minuscule change in anybody's life, it is worth following your passion. It is very important to value your single moment and understand that, do your best towards others, make an impact in others' life, however big or small it is, it does matter. And thanks for your time. I know it so happens that when I talk about RAM, when I talk about passion, when I talk about all this, it does put me back into that situation. I relive the movement, and I mean, I feel very lively when I put myself and talk about my passion and all that. I'm looking forward to explore more in my passion. I want to, I want to excel. I want to do more races, and that is one part of racing. That, I mean, as far as cycling is concerned, I want to excel in my passion, be the best. Why shouldn't I dream to be the best in the world? So things like that keep running, and I'm working towards it, and I'm still collaborating with people. I'm still trying to do my best to be to excel in my sport. I'm learning, and probably in 2021, when I mean, that's very futuristic of me, of think about 2021 when it's still halfway in 2020. But yes, um, um, as far as ultra cycling is concerned, when I come back to India, so probably I'll get a chance um, to do more races. So I'm preparing, not all physically, as well as mentally, as well as in other ways. I'm working on it to be the best. So yeah, so this was a pretty long presentation, I think. I know most of you, I know only Swapnil and Onkar was bearing me out, but I don't know how many are watching this live thing. But thanks for everyone for hearing me out. And yeah, over to you, Onkar and Swapnil.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an amazing and insightful session. मित्रांनो, तुम्ही या सेशन मध्ये नक्की ऑब्झर्व केलं असेल की श्रीनिवास सरांनी त्यांची जी जर्नी आपल्याला पूर्ण सांगितली, म्हणजे ती रेस अक्रॉस अमेरिका असेल, रेस अक्रॉस ऑस्ट्रेलिया असेल, किंवा इन जनरल त्यांचं सुदानमधलं वास्तव्य असेल, त्यांनी जगण्याचे खूप सोपे फंडे आपल्याला आता या सेशन मधनं सांगितले. म्हणजे त्यांनी त्या संपूर्ण त्या प्रवासातून ते काय शिकले याच्याबरोबरच आज त्यांचं खूप सुखी आयुष्य जगण्याचं जे रहस्य आहे, आज त्यांच्या आयुष्याचा जो पर्पज आहे, आणि आज ते समाजासाठी जे कॉन्ट्रीब्युट करतात, ते खूप सुंदर इन्साइट त्यांनी आपल्याला दिली. श्रीनी सर, वी ऑल प्राउड ऑफ यू, एंटायर नेशन इज प्राउड ऑफ यू, and we wish you all the best for your all future endeavors, and we are really honored to have you on board. So मित्रांनो, थँक्यू सो मच आज कनेक्ट झाल्याच्या बद्दल.